There you go. Hey guys, Steve Gutowski here. Just wanted to make a little video today about my Sig Sauer Commander Size 1911 Nightmare and the sight issue I'm having with it. You can see right there that is not centered, not even close. And that is actually just from shooting it. Unfortunately for me, this is actually, so this is the slide, obviously. The rest of the gun is up there in the box. I might pull it down later just to put it together, show you exactly how beautiful this gun is. It's an amazing gun. I actually really love this gun. It's Commander Size 1911. It's my carry gun, which I know most people probably wouldn't carry a 1911, even in Commander Size. Commander Size just means that it's a shorter barrel than full size. Full size is a 5-inch barrel. Commander Size is a 4.25-inch barrel, so it makes it a lot easier to conceal. And I actually think it conceals very well for me. You know, I'm 6'1", 250 pounds, so I've probably got more space to conceal than a lot of other people, maybe. But I actually think this gun conceals really well. And the thing that impresses me about it is not the concealability necessarily, but the accuracy, how well I can actually shoot this gun. I can shoot it almost as well as my full-size Remington R1 Enhanced, which is probably my favorite handgun. And so this is a close second. It comes with tritium night sights on there, 3-dot system. They glow very bright in the dark, so it's a huge upgrade over what I was carrying in that sense. And what I am carrying now, now that this gun's out of commission for a little while, I'm carrying a Shield, a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield in 40, which is actually a little bit hard to control. It's got quite a bit of kick in 40. I was just testing out a couple other single stacks subcompacts the other day, and the 40 Shield is a lot more unwieldy than like an XDS in 9 or a Shield in 9. So I might have to switch that up depending on how long this is out of commission. I called Sig the other day, and they said it should only take maybe 2 weeks. So I'll probably get this back, I'm making this video before Christmas. I'll probably get it back early January, which isn't too bad. Presumably, the problem here is either that the sight itself is had too much shaved off of it, which actually would probably be the best case scenario. Well, it could be the little set screw. There's a little screw in here, a little tiny set screw that's supposed to hold this in place. It's fitted in there pretty tight, to be honest with you. Even if I took that set screw out, I couldn't move it by hand, which is good. Unfortunately, it can't withstand the force of recoil, which is very bad. But the other problem could be that when they were fitting this frame, or this slide and the sight, they took too much out of the frame. And so then I assume they'd have to replace the entire slide, which might, I don't know how that process works. It might take longer. We'll see. Now I know that the problem is significant because I actually have adjusted these sights. This is the second time they've gone out of alignment all the way to the left from firing the gun. And this happened very quickly too. They went out of alignment, and I asked, I got this at Gander Mountain, so I asked them if they could, readjust the sights. I thought maybe they were like that from the factory, and I somehow hadn't noticed. I don't know why I thought that, but it would have cost them they would have charged me like $30 to do it. So I actually just went on Amazon and bought my own sight pusher. That's what this is. It's a little sight pusher. You put the slide right in there, the little blocks with the little Velcro. Hold it in place. You tighten it down nice and tight. That's to, the little Velcro, little paddings to prevent any marring on their finish, which it did. It did a great job. There's no marring at all anywhere on this gun after having used this little thing. But this is like $30 on Amazon, and this little block here pushes the sight one way or the other, depending on how you have it oriented in there. And you just use a wrench, and you just tighten it until you take the set screw out, you tighten this down, and it moves the sight, pushes the sight. It's a sight pusher. It's very, very simple, very self-explanatory. Works great, and this was the cheapest one I think that I saw on Amazon. So it was like $30, and it would probably cost about $30 or $40 to get someone at a shop to literally use this tool, maybe a slightly nicer version of this tool, to do the exact same thing. So, and it worked. It pushed it back into alignment, and I tightened down the set screw, and then I went out and fired it, and went right back out of alignment. So there's clearly something more serious that's gone wrong here. Oh man, this stuff smells so good. Just smelling this coffee makes me perk up a little bit. This is just did a video on this. Lucky Gunner sent me a mystery Christmas package, and this is one of the things inside a special gun coffee, but it's sitting here distracting me from this video because it smells so good. But yeah, let me grab the rest of the gun. I'll put it together so you guys can actually see how beautiful it is, because this gun is awesome. I really love this gun. Aesthetically, it's probably easily the nicest looking gun that I have. The Remington R1 Enhanced is pretty sweet too. I put some OD Green Magpul grips on that. That's also a way at a shop for a special project I'm doing for a story at the Washington Free Beacon where I write. You guys, hopefully most of you know that already, but working on a special project that you'll get to see the fruits of eventually. But so I'm both my 1911s are out of commission, which is terrible because I love 1911s. I love my 1911s, and they're gone, and it's sad. It makes me sad. But hopefully that one will be back soon too, and very cool. Some very, very cool stuff being done to that gun. But let me show you what this one looks like. It's been on the site a couple times. I did take some pictures of it in this lovely Savoy leather holster, which I did a review of for the Free Beacon not that long ago. As you can tell, the holster is beautiful, so I had to put a nice, beautiful gun in there. And the Sig Sauer 1911 Commander size Nightmare, it just fits the bill for that. So let me just grab the gun. I'll put it together, and you guys can see just how beautiful it really is. Luckily for me, my mouse pad is also a gun pad from VCDL. So support those guys. If you're in Virginia and you believe in gun rights, these are the local guys doing all this groundwork here. Okay, Sig. Barrel in there. It's a little dirty actually. Hadn't been that long since I gave it a good clean, but it's gonna have to wash my hands after this. Oh, I hate when you do this. Why you gotta be mean to me, little gun? Now it's lined up. There we go. Hello. Let's try not to scratch it. To find that piece. Oh god. Oh, that wasn't even the hardest part. Now here comes the fun. Let's see if I can do this without shooting it into the ceiling by hand. I know I have the tool, but I shouldn't need it if I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot today, so hello gun. Obviously, it's unloaded. But there it is. It's beautiful, right? I mean, look at this thing. That is a sweet 1911. It's got, I don't know if you can see, but this is here. It's got the Spartan helmet trigger, which is cool as hell, of course. This particular gun has a nice beaver tail on the grip safety. It's not ambidextrous thumb safety, but I'm right-handed, so it doesn't really matter to me. It has, if I can do this without pointing the gun at myself, it has nice silver back strap to go, which I think works great against the black gun, which I believe is why they call this the Nightmare. You can see all the color scheme is quite nice. It's got skeletonized trigger and hammer. Sig uses an external extractor here, right there, which I don't tend to get into debates about stuff like that. I don't think it's that much of an issue one way or the other. This is also a Series 80, which means it has a firing pin safety, which a lot of people don't like, and I suppose I prefer if it didn't have it, but I don't think it's actually something that matters all that much in reality. It has a nice bobtail, so makes it a little bit more concealable, which is one of the big reasons I bought this gun. I got this actually for $1,100 at Gander Mountain, and with no interest payments on their credit card, so that was another big reason that I picked this one up. Looked around at a lot of them. I probably would have gone with Smith & Wesson Performance Center Commander size 1911, which is a bit more pricey than this. I think it's about $1,400, which is not bad for a Performance Center 1911, honestly, in Commander size. It has a lot of the same features as that gun, but those are basically impossible to find, so this one was actually in stock and I could actually own it. And it's beautiful, and I like it, and it shoots great. So the only issue now, as you can see, is the sights are way off. You see that? You see how bad that is? You can't shoot a gun like this. So the factory's going to have to fix it. I'm going to have to send it in. But hopefully that process will go well. The guy, actually the customer service guy, recognized the free beacon, so that was cool. I told him that this gun has actually been on the site in that review that I mentioned earlier. This very gun was on the free beacon. I'll put a link to that post in the description so you guys can check it out if you want. But that's the Nightmare, and that's the site problem I'm having that I need. I'm going to send this off to get fixed. Otherwise, really great gun. Really love it, honestly. Great weight. Not much more recoil than my full size. Shoots about as accurately as my full size. I mean, you know, it still is a shorter barrel, so you get a little more recoil and a little less accuracy. But for a carry gun, this thing's great. And honestly, you know, a lot of people don't, you know, they say don't carry a 1911 because it's too heavy, it doesn't have enough rounds. But I was going from a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, which only carries, what is it, 7+1 and 40 Smith & Wesson, so this is a big upgrade for me. And I shoot a lot better with this than I do with the Shield. Or even any of the 9mm single stacks that I've tried, the XTS, the Shield 9mm. And I don't have much of an issue concealing this with when I carry it with my Alien Gear holster, my hybrid leather Kydex holster, which is my go-to holster. This holster, this Savoy leather, it might look like it's just for show, or you know, something you take to the range or a competition. And honestly, that's what I would recommend it for mostly. Just because it's so beautiful. It has obviously the preamble of the Constitution on there across the flag background, and it's custom leather. They make these all handmade from scratch for each one that you order. But you can actually wear this and conceal it really well. It conceals well. It concealed. It actually made me switch back to using clips. I had been using snapping leather straps on my holster, and this made me switch back to using clips because it's actually concealed a little bit better than the setup I was using. So you could certainly wear this on a day-to-day basis, and they're not that expensive for what they are. I think it's about, it's like $120 maybe. Probably have to pay that much to get like a crossbreed or a crossbreed or a Galco or whatever, which wouldn't look half this good. Plus, this is an inside or outside the waistband, as you can see here. These are for your belt. I was wearing it inside the waistband when I wore it, so I highly recommend it, honestly. I still prefer the Alien gear for myself, and it's far more affordable, but I do recommend the Savoy leather. And I absolutely recommend the Sig Sauer Commander Size 1911 Nightmare. And they make a couple Commander Size 1911s with the bobtail that are similar. The Nightmare edition is really just a style look, the silver and black, which I love. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, that might change if this doesn't get corrected quickly and properly. If they send it back and I still have the same issue, then I might change my opinion on the gun. I mean, it sucks that this has happened at all, but you know, that comes with the territory, honestly. Sometimes guns are guns. They're not all 100% reliable all the time. I don't think I've had any of my guns haven't had some issue or another. The shield, right now I'm getting light primer strikes, which is probably even worse than out of centered sights, because at least this will fire every time. I think that's probably an issue with that user error. I probably got too much oil inside of the firing pin hole, but you know, so I still very much recommend this gun. Gonna ship it off to Sig today, and hopefully they'll fix it nice and fast and correctly. And you know, I'll take it. I should do some more shooting videos soon for you guys. Haven't done a shooting video in a while. I'm trying to ramp up the channel here. As you can see, if you watched the last video on the mystery Christmas box, but from Lucky Gunner. But in the new year, I'm planning to do a lot more stuff. So make sure you subscribe and like this video and share it and get the word out, because there's going to be more. Now let's see if I can strip this down without shooting. Let's put the safety on. That's a good idea. Without shooting the spring into the ceiling. I don't know. I win. I win this time. Don't scratch anything. I have actually scratched my R1 enhanced. Makes me so nervous when I do that. It's so easy to scratch the finish. Stripping this gun, sadly. Okay.